Hey there, guys. Today I'm going to be resuming my Dodgers franchise starter. Unfortunately, just like my Sonoran Sunrise sim, I lost part of it due to some issues with audio and video syncing in my recordings. So, this part 2 is going to be a little bit gapped. I'll quickly go over all the moves that I made so that you can get a feel for what I'm doing with this team. So, actually, let's go under Manager Transactions. Oops. All right. So, what's the last thing I did? I think I traded for Soto. Where is he? Pretty sure I made the trade for Rooshman in the last one. Where are the Washington Nationals here? Here we go. This is the Juan Soto trade. Okay. So, the first thing I did last time when my video stopped working was traded Justin Turner, Joe Kelly, Enrique Hernandez, and Omar Estevez for Spencer Howard, Didi Gregorius to play shortstop, and Yohan Rojas, who is a center field prospect. I then trade Zach McKinstry and Brewster Graterol to the Mariners for Kyle Lewis to play right field and Kyle Seager to play third base. I gave up David Price for Cole Tucker and Keon Keela, and then I extended Cody Bellinger, Walker Buehler, Juan Soto, and set my lineups. As you can see, Bellinger, Buehler, and Soto all came pretty cheap. There will probably actually be even cheaper for you, so I would recommend trying to sign them for the smallest amount you possibly can. I would also recommend extending Madrigal. So right now, the Major League team, Juan Soto, Didi Gregorius, Cody Bellinger, Evan White, Alejandro Kirk, and Keibert Ruiz, to a lesser extent, Kyle, pretty much the whole lineup is decent. It's not the superstar lineup that the Dodgers start with, but it's still packed. You've got a lot of talent here, and of course, you've got an even better long-term team. So that's what we're looking at right now. The bullpen, the top of the bullpen is largely untouched. The bottom is a little bit different, but not too big of a difference here. Walker Buehler is the ace. Clayton Kershaw is number two. Those are unchanged. Chris Archer has been added to be the third pitcher, and Corbin Burns and Jake Arrieta are rounding out the rotation. All right, so let's set our lineup and then start playing some games. I think I'm going to have Nick Madrigal bat lead off on account of his high contact, or maybe I should have Evan White. Evan White's more developed. I'm not entirely sure who I actually want to have bat lead off here. Um, I think I am going to go with Madrigal. No, I'm going to go with White and I'll have Madrigal bat ninth because Madrigal's not all the way developed yet. Alright, I think I'm going to stick with Juan Soto second. He's got insane contact ability, but his home run power is not all the way there quite yet. I think Cody Bellinger will be third. And Didi and Seager. I think I'll have Didi bat fourth and Seager fifth. Uh, Keibert Ruiz, Alejandro Kirk. How are Ruiz's splits? Okay, so he is better against righties. I'll have him bat sixth. And then I think Lewis probably should bat above Kirk. And there we go. This is our completed lineup. Actually, what are Kirk's splits like? All right, they're about even. And Lewis, I believe, is left-handed heavy. A little bit left-handed heavy, but I think I like Kirk better after all. And of course, Matt Beattie and Anthony Garcia are the backups at this point. Are either of them sufficient pinch runners? No, so I'm not going to have any pinch runners or pinch hitters. All right, so this lineup is set. This is a pretty solid lineup overall. I'm going to flip Lewis and Kirk here. And yeah, that's all I want to do for now. All right, so now it's time to finish up setting the bullpen. And we should be good to go to start the season up. How are Alexander's splits? Very left-handed heavy. You are a specialist. All right, there we are. Our lineups and bullpens are set, and we are ready for opening day. And of course, the farm system is far and away the best part of this organization right now. We've got top prospects from Rooshman to Bohm, who could probably play in the majors if needed right now, to Diaz. Rios isn't bad. You've got Franco, Carlson, Kirilloff, Downs, a whole bunch of really high talent players. Hopefully, there's an exciting future ahead for this team. What I'm going to do is go to the point where I win a World Series, and I've also got a top three farm system that, by my scout, is probably the best. I believe I have already. Huh. Guess that was opening day. Okay, so Bueller pitched a 2-0 shutout against the Giants. Yeah, it was opening day. All right. So let me check here. I have not changed my development budgets, but one of the major things I did was signed a new scouting director and trainer. So this trainer is much better at preventing injury than the guy that the Dodgers start with, and this scouting director is much more accurate at scouting. These things are essential to building a top tier team. All right, now I'm going to go to player development and quickly set my draft budget to 10 million, my international amateurs budget to 5 million, and my player development budget to the maximum of 36 million. I believe I've already maxed out my scouting budget, but I would like to double check there as well. Okay, so it's not set. So I would recommend setting your scouting around here. Something like this. You obviously don't have to follow exactly, but this is pretty much the setup I recommend. Your lowest would be in Major League by far, since it's the easiest to scout. Your minor leagues are the highest, and then your amateurs and internationals are fairly high themselves. I'm also going to max out my scouting budget at 24 million. Okay, I'm actually over budget now, so I need to get rid of $8 million before the season begins. Or before I continue, I suppose. So Jake McGee at this point is a financial burden. He's not going anywhere. But Blake Trinan might. So let's see if anybody is willing to trade on Blake Trinan at a reasonable price. Oh boy, Odubel Herrera from the Philadelphia Phillies. The only offer I receive. Okay, well, Trinan's not getting moved. Alright, I guess my only option now is to shop Didi for a shortstop. A cheaper shortstop, that is. Okay, Freddie Galvis fits the bill. He's solid defensively. He's a captain. He's not a terrible hitter. Yeah, let's do Freddie Galvis. Now I'm just going to try to get them to retain as much of his contract as possible so that yep, we're already now within budget. Okay, perfect. All right, well, we just saved a whole bunch of money, and our team is now functioning better. Now, of course, Freddie Galvis is going to hit much lower in the lineup than I would have had Didi, but he's still going to be a useful shortstop for sure. How's his speed? I'm going to leave him there for now. Now, of course, our 1 through 3 hitters are really good, and then after that, eh. Nobody's bad, but we don't have any stars. But we are now within budget. Okay, so we have maxed out our player development and scouting budgets, as well as putting as much money as we need to into the draft. And yeah, Brandon Morrow's price keeps hiking up. I'm not sure why he's getting so pricey, but we need somebody to help our bullpen, and he will help our bullpen. All right, anyways, I will stop this franchise starter once we have won the World Series, like I was saying, and have a top farm system. Morrow is really getting expensive. I am not happy about this. I'm not going to pay more than 5 million for him. I really can't afford to pay more than 5 million for him. Right now we're in third place in the NL West. We're not doing super well. Oh my goodness, Morrow. You haven't even pitched in the majors for a couple years. This is the highest I'm going. I'm not going to go more than $5 million. He's not worth more than $5 million. Brandon Morrow would never land a $5 million contract in real life. This is not the start to the season that I had envisioned. Yeah, Yasiel Puig is not the nicest guy. And Brandon Morrow has he's going to sign with our division rivals for a ridiculous contract. We are below 500, and the Diamondbacks are in first place in the NL West right now. Jimmy Nelson is not too bad. All right, well, welcome to the majors. Long relief, middle relief. Here we go. We are not scoring runs. Yikes. 14th in runs scored with only 44. Our starter's ERA is the best in the league, of course, but even Juan Soto is only on pace for 4.8 WAR, which is atrocious over 162 games from your superstar player. Our pitchers are by far the best right now. Well, we're starting to win some games. We're back up to first in the National League West. There we go. And the Diamondbacks have passed us again. And back and forth and back and forth. It's leapfrog. Another thing I personally am much more thorough building my franchises. I'm just doing pretty much an outline right here to get through these as quickly as possible so I'm not wasting your time. I will probably do more thorough for 21, but I mean 22, but I'm not going to go incredibly thorough as of now with 21. All right, let's see how our player developments are coming along. Corbin Burns, not good. You guys, not good, not good, not good. A whole bunch of not good, a lot of not good. Yikes, that is a lot of red. Spencer Howard, one positive, and Dennis Santana, two. Yikes, 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 yikes. That's good. Yikes, 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 yikes. It's too bad we didn't trade for Strasburg like I was planning. He probably would be more valuable than Soto is right now. We're technically still in a wild card spot. And now we're back in first place. Arrieta will not be overly missed. Welcome to the majors, Zach McAllister. Alright, Jimmy Nelson can fill in as our number 5 starter. McAllister can be a middle reliever. And there we go. How is Keibert Ruiz second in the team with WAR? I'm shocked that we're not doing better than this. Keibert Ruiz should not be up there. Kyle Lewis should not be up there. Where is Cody Bellinger? Where's Evan White? We should not be having to rely on these guys. I'm sure you actual Dodgers fans out there will be super happy about Springer staying in Houston. Evan White is Rookie of the Month, so he's probably starting to step it up. But yikes, that is atrocious drop off. Bad drop off by Beatty. Bad drop off by Lewis. Bad drop off by Rios. Well, at least some guys are improving. I don't like having to scrape for positives. This is really poor player development for what you'd hope to see. Walker Buehler is still leading the team in WAR, and to my knowledge, he's the only person playing up to expectations. Soto's doing better. but he's still not all the way. All right, let's see if we can't grab some talented players here in the draft. All right, Mika Bell and Nip Vitsko. Both of them are very interesting pitchers, both in real life and OTP. There's actually some pretty interesting talent that's made it here. All of the guys I've looked at so far, except this guy, were actually taken in the first round of the draft. Emerson Hancock, he went to the Marlins very high overall. Surprised to see him that low. Doesn't look like there's any hitters of consequence, so it's a Bell or Bitsko for me. Well, I like that a Bell is a leader. I'll take a Bell. Ooh, that's why he was extremely expensive. Bitsko is too. And so is Fulton. Yeah, and he's out for another year. That's definitely not the kind of player you want to target at a $7,500,000 demand. Here's an interesting prospect. High speed, good center fielder, and contact based. If he develops a bit, he could turn into an interesting major leaguer. And he's also a little bit below slot as a little extra bonus. Not that that really means much, especially not when you're the Dodgers. The second baseman is interesting. He's got a high work ethic and decent hitting abilities. Two-way prospect Cody Halter. Yeah, he's actually an interesting hitting prospect. He's a decent pitching prospect, but I will take him as a hitter. Oh, he's impossible. Okay, well then I won't sign him. Another high range center field prospect. Ooh, Jared Jones. Interesting. And Jared Kelly. I'll take a look at this set of pitchers. He's interesting too. I don't really like that guy as much. Alright, I'll take Jared Jones. He has a really high demand. I just noticed that. Well, I guess we're paying him a little bit over slot. Alright, it's time to start searching based on personality. Who is the most likely to develop? This filter shows me guys with high intelligence, work ethic, and leadership. So these are going to have a very positive impact on both themselves and their teammates developmentally. So this Will Proctor guy is an interesting two-way prospect. And of course, with his really good personality, he is a good bet to develop into a little bit more than his characteristics might say. This catcher is really interesting. High-ish ability, not a bad hitter, and of course, the really good personality. And here's another catcher with really good personality and high contact such. This is an interesting relief pitcher. If he continues to develop, he could be a major leaguer. And Quinn Hoffman. Another guy that just needs a little bit of development to make it there. All right, now let's filter by the smart people who work hard. Here's an interesting shortstop. Ooh, Tankus Spallin. I've seen very good versions of him. And this is a solid start. Okay, I will take him then. And now I'll take Brooks. This guy's an interesting pitching prospect. He's also got an extra demand, of course, but we can resolve that later. I'm spending more money in this draft than I originally intended. But I guess that's what it takes sometimes. All right, now I'm looking for leadership because at this point, your players are unlikely to be impactful. So you're just looking for guys who are going to improve everybody around them. To help your meaningful prospects improve. At this point, I'm going to auto draft. I recommend you go through the whole draft yourself, but of course, since I'm doing a video and I'm looking to save time, I'm going to just go through as quickly as I possibly can. All right, let's check out the negotiations tab. I know there's a couple prospects who wanted more money than the base. Yeah, I won't, I'm paying a lot more money out than yeah, I am paying out more money than I wanted to. So I guess I'm just not going to get those prospects unless I want to trade somebody away to free up money. I will offer Kershaw out, but I would like a very quality, controllable starting pitcher in return. And nobody can afford him, I'm assuming. Alright, time to take a look at some specific pitchers then. Oh, great. Kershaw's got Rule 10-5. I can't trade him. No one would take Arrieta. No one would take Danson. No one would take Trinan. So I guess I'm just stuck not being able to offer those guys bonuses. And we're starting to build up a division lead. Obviously, it's not the same Dodgers team as normal. This is not a team that I think is going to win the World Series this year. But it's a team that will eventually win the World Series, and I don't like that David Peralta had 5 hits against us one day. Aha! Here's a perfect opportunity to dump Trinan. I don't want to trade away the Samaya guy, but maybe I could find a way to make this work. This trade will also allow me to move Evan White to the outfield if I so please. Alright, well I guess it is gonna have to be a Maya. Alright, Crohn's avoid case is even worse than I thought. Okay, well, what is the deal with my outfield right now? Actually, I have a good outfield, don't I? Yeah, so I don't really have any uses for Crone. Now let's say about Luke Weaver or Robbie Ray. Because I know they have value to me as pitchers. Robbie Ray's hitting the free agent market, so he might come a little bit cheap. Alright, well, no Robbie Ray. How about Luke Weaver? I guess I'm going to have to take Crone. I don't really have any other options here. Alright, well, we're getting money off the table. That's important. Alright, well, I'm going to need to call up a relief pitcher. Send Crone to AAA probably. Who is good enough to pitch in the majors? Alright, you're good enough. Alright, well, let's get those offers out to our draftees. Alright, financials should never be a problem again for me. Emphasis on the should, but I'm pretty confident. No, not Corbin Burns. Oh no. Oh, he's actually been quite good this year. Please, please stay healthy, Burns. We really can't afford to lose you. We are struggling to maintain the division lead, and you know our offense isn't going to carry us. Robbie Ray is a Cy Young contender? No wonder the Diamondbacks were so reluctant to trade him. Oh yeah, I have to extend Canley Johnson. I forgot about that. No way am I extending him that pricey though. And we have the top two prospects in baseball. All right, let's check how we rank out overall. 305 prospect points, so we have a very, very good farm for sure. Kellenic, Carlson, Rodriguez, a whole bunch of high talent players. And we've got Jake Arrieta back. For those of you watching this, the Marlins have just beat the Cubs in the NLDS. I think that is the funniest thing ever. I would love to see the Marlins win the World Series this year. I'm rooting for the Rays because I'm partially a Rays fan, but if it's not going to be them, I would love to see the Marlins pull it off. It would be really funny for a team that's like the fifth worst team going into the season to miraculously win a World Series. We're up one game still in the NL West, clinging to a narrow lead over the Diamondbacks. Bueller's pitcher of the month, and here's some green. There we go. Corbin Burns making gains. He's looking like a very nice pitcher for us now. Juan Soto making gains on top of his already top-notch game. I mean, look at that contact. I'm amazed he's only hitting 286. A lot of green, a lot of green. Jared Kendall is making leaps and bounds. Nate Clow, a lot of green. Very good to see. All right, as for our offense, Evan White has really heated up. He is right behind Soto in terms of WAR, and Keibert Ruiz is staying quite good. Kershaw has not been good. Yowza. All right, well, it looks like there is an interesting, ooh, very interesting left fielder here. His defense is never going to be good, but he is a very, very talented hitter. I would love to add him. We're probably going to have to pay the full 5 million to get him. I've had a really surprisingly good pitcher in pretty much every save I've done recently, and it looks like Corbin Burns is going to be that guy for this save. He is really shaping up. Oh, I wish there was a quicker way to get through the season. Because at this point, there's not really much I'm looking to do. Well, we're starting to extend our lead a little bit in the NL West. And we're playing the Angels, that's fun. Why are we getting so many trade offers? We really do not need a first baseman, guys. We have Evan White. He's like our second best player. Oh yeah, I'd be more than happy to give up Wander Franco and Edwin Rios for somebody who's totally useless. Thanks for the offer, Cubs. All right, Walker Bueller and Corbin Burns make the All-Star game along with Jimmy Nelson. That's a pleasant surprise. He's barely been up, but I guess he's going. Kybert Ruiz, Juan Soto, and that's it. 5 guys, that's not bad. At least not for year one. Ketel Marte would be the second best guy on my team right now. That's unfortunate considering that I have Cody Bellinger and Juan Soto. Looks like Bellinger's starting to heat up though. And Kirilloff. Our Kirilloff was MVP at the Futures All-Star game. We were really relying on Keela in the bullpen. Losing him is a big blow. I don't even know who's good enough to be my setup man at this point. It looks like I'm gonna have to go to Pedro Baez. These are desperate times. Very, very desperate times. Oh dear. Well, at least Juan Soto now has the highest WAR on the team. It's not Walker Buehler anymore. I would appreciate not getting stopped by so many stupid trade offers that I would have no intention of accepting. Oh, I'm so sick of these trade offers. You know what? I'm just going to go to my manager options. Oops. And here we go. All right, there we go. Now I don't need to worry about those stupid trade offers anymore. No more wasting my time, please, and thank you. Well, it's no wonder we're struggling. Trevor Story and Charlie Blackmon are having ridiculous seasons in Colorado this year. Juan Soto's on the WAR leaderboard. There we go. About time. And he won Batter of the Month, which doesn't surprise me considering how well he must have played to get up to that leaderboard. Bueller improves. Wow, he's good. Cole Tucker improves. Alec Boehm drops off. He's not nearly as good a prospect as he could have been. Jeter Downs improves. Alex Kirilloff improves. Tristan Casas falls off. Danny Sinatro improves. Jared Kelenic improves. And we're playing the Diamondbacks right now. Hopefully we can get some wins here and extend our lead in the NL West. Corbin Burnes is now leading the team in pitching WAR. I'm impressed. Kybert Ruiz out. Well, congrats, Rutschman. You're getting your first look at the major leagues as our starting catcher. And Walker Buehler has pulled ahead of Corbin Burnes. I'm still not sure how Kybert Ruiz is doing very well. He's having one of the best catcher seasons in recent memory. Well, maybe not one of the best, but one of the better for sure. Only a half game lead in the West right now. And we have lost another reliever for the season. At least that time it was Jake McGee. Nobody cares about Jake McGee. All right, Mitch White, it's time for you to come up. We really need to pull ahead in this division right now. It is a tighter race than I would like to see. Well, we're 4 games up now. That's the cushiest lead we've had in a while, I think. Rutschman's having an impressive debut so far. Kirk improving is good to see. Carlson's continuing to improve. He's likely to be on the roster next season. Kelenic, too. He could probably crack the roster. All right, let's have the AI sort our minor league roster. And there we are. We're good to go and hopefully complete this season on a high note. Cody Bellinger's really surged. He's finally performing at the level that I expect from him. So, I that is good to see. Thank you for a very solid debut, Rushman. I will be reinstating Ruiz. Oh wait, it's call-up time. Okay, well I guess Rushman gets to stay. He's not the starting catcher, of course, but he gets to stay. I think Carlson's earned a call-up as well. Wow, Bellinger is really surging. He's probably carrying this team on his back right now. He is just absolutely shredding the baseball. And we're now a cushy 7.5 games up in the NL West. We're extremely likely to win the division now. We're much better than the Cardinals, and we're actually better than the Nats too. We're still the best division winner in the National League right now. And it looks like only the Yankees and Astros are better than us in all of baseball. And the Rays. The Rays are better. And Juan Soto's putting himself in MVP conversation. Bueller's also got a shot at the Cy Young. Interesting. All right, well, we have won the National League West, and Keibert Ruiz is the second. Well, he's one of the few catchers in Major League history to win a batting title. Extremely good season, batting 344 for the Los Angeles team this year. 5 WAR as a catcher, 138 OPS plus, absolutely integral part of the offense this season. All right, well, I don't really think there's much to change. We did end up with 94 wins, which is not, that's only about 10 wins worse than the real life Dodgers. And of course, it's still a very strong team overall. So I'm not going to bother manually doing the playoffs. I'll just play through. And we will sweep the Cardinals in round one and face the Nationals in round two. Oh dear, 2-1, 3-1, and we lose to the Nationals in the championship series. Well, guys, I will see you next time in episode 3, where I will attempt to win a World Series once more. We're going to be looking to call up some of our prospects, flip some guys, and improve on our weak positions, fill in the holes of this team, and make sure that all of the top players still remain. So I will see you on the next one.